Have you ever paused in the middle of your day, just paused, and wondered, am I truly living, or just going through the motions? You wake up, check your phone, go through your tasks, reply to messages, eat, scroll, sleep, and repeat. It's not that your life is terrible. It's that it feels like nothing. The days blur, the excitement dulls, and somehow, even when you're surrounded by people, there's a quiet sense of being a little lost, a little hollow. We don't talk about that enough, do we? It wasn't always like this. You had dreams, bright, loud ones. Remember? You used to talk about writing a book, starting a brand, learning the guitar, changing careers. But over time, the dreams became, maybe later. Then they became, when I have more time. Then they became, silence. The truth is, life didn't kill your dreams. What really happened was quiet, subtle, invisible. You stopped believing they were yours to live out. Maybe you tried once, maybe a few times, and nothing seemed to come of it. No recognition, no applause, just effort and exhaustion. You grew tired, not just physically, but emotionally. Tired of always having to prove your worth. Tired of being the strong one. Tired of being hopeful, only to feel let down again. And so, little by little, you chose to expect less. Not because you didn't care, because it hurt less that way. But here's something worth noticing. You haven't given up entirely. You're still listening to videos like this. Still reading captions that say, you can do it. Still bookmarking posts that remind you of who you could be. That means, somewhere inside, hope is still flickering. Even if it's small, even if it's tired, even if it doesn't trust easily anymore. That flicker is your starting point. You don't need a 30-day plan. You don't need a morning routine that looks good on TikTok. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to start. Start awkward. Start imperfect. Start confused. But please, just start. Pick one thing. Wake up 15 minutes earlier and sit with your thoughts. Write one paragraph. Stretch your body. Drink water with intention. None of these things are glamorous. But they are seeds. And if you water them, your life will begin to bloom. You won't see the change in the mirror after day 1. Or week 1. Maybe not even after a month. But one day, you'll notice you hesitate less. You'll notice you say no to things that drain you. You'll notice you begin choosing yourself, not out of rebellion, but out of peace. And the most beautiful part? You won't even realize it's happening until it already has. Stop waiting for the world to fix itself before you take action. It won't. It never will. And honestly, it doesn't need to. Because your life doesn't depend on the world's weather. It depends on your internal climate, your perspective, your discipline, your choices. You can begin again even if the world stays gray. You can be your own sunshine, even when no one else notices. You've been told you need balance. Balance between work and play, effort and rest, growth and stillness. But maybe, the pursuit of balance is what's keeping you stuck. What if this season requires imbalance? What if this is the time to go all in, on yourself? Not forever, but just long enough to break the cycle. To create momentum. To reclaim the fire you thought you lost. Of course you're scared. Of course you doubt. Starting over is terrifying. Especially when you remember all the times you didn't succeed. But let's make a deal. Instead of focusing on all the ways it could go wrong, can we spend a few days imagining all the ways it could go right? Just a few days. You owe yourself that. You can't wait for life to tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, now's the right time. You have to choose you, not when you've earned it, not when everything is ready, but now. Not because it's easy, but because the cost of waiting any longer is a version of you that never gets to live. So let this be the moment. Not next year, not next month, not tomorrow, now.